You probably think you know what a car is made of. Steel frame, aluminum panels, a few hundred stamped and welded components bolted together on an assembly line somewhere. You probably think that's how cars get built, and that it's more or less how they'll continue to get built. That assumption just became a problem, because Xiaomi, the same company that was selling budget smartphones and rice cookers a decade ago, has just redefined how an automobile gets constructed from the ground up, and the global car industry is still trying to process what happened. The story of Xiaomi's chassis revolution in 2026 is one of those rare moments where you have to sit down and actually look at the numbers before you believe any of it. Because when a tech company builds a car faster, stronger, and cheaper than companies that have been doing it for over a century, it stops being a quirky headline and starts being a structural threat to the entire automotive order. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Start with the material itself, because this is where most of the noise has come from. When Xiaomi announced its proprietary alloy, branded Xiaomi Titan's metal, or Titan alloy, the internet ran with the idea that China had somehow replaced aluminum entirely, that some new mystery metal had arrived to make the periodic table redundant. The reality, depending on how you look at it, is more impressive. Xiaomi hasn't replaced aluminum. What they've replaced is every inefficient, energy-draining, time-consuming way that aluminum has ever been processed and built into a car. That distinction sounds subtle. It is not subtle at all. Traditional automotive-grade aluminum castings require extensive heat treatment after forming. The metal gets shaped, then it goes through a long, energy-intensive baking process to achieve the structural strength that engineers need. This takes time, it takes energy, it adds cost, and it adds a step that the whole supply chain has just accepted as unavoidable for decades. Xiaomi decided it wasn't unavoidable. Using an AI-based system they call material genome, Xiaomi's engineers essentially simulated millions of possible alloy compositions and processing variables to find a formulation that could reach the required strength levels without any heat treatment at all. The AI tested combinations that no human metallurgist would ever have gotten around to trying manually, and it found one. The result is an aluminum alloy that is approximately 17% lighter than conventional automotive aluminum and can be produced significantly faster because an entire stage of the manufacturing process simply no longer exists. 17% lighter, produced quicker, and with less energy expenditure. On a vehicle being built at a massive scale, that is not a minor refinement. That is a restructuring of the economics of the entire part. But the alloy story is only half of it. The way Xiaomi actually deploys this material into a finished chassis is where the real disruption lives, and it comes down to a process called hypercasting. To understand why this matters, you need to understand what building a traditional car chassis actually looks like. You take hundreds of individual stamped metal components and you weld them together in sequence. It's methodical, it's labor-intensive, it requires enormous factory floor space, and it generates a finished structure that is only as strong and consistent as each individual weld. That is how virtually every legacy automaker in the world still does it. Volkswagen does it, General Motors does it, Ford does it, BMW does it. They have been doing it this way for the better part of a century. Xiaomi's hypercasting cluster collapses that entire process into a single machine operation. The system, built around a 9,100-ton die casting machine developed in partnership with equipment manufacturer Haitian, takes molten Titan alloy and injects it into a mold under 9,100 tons of clamping force, producing a single, integrated structural component where 72 separate stamped and welded parts used to be. 72 components. Gone, replaced by one casting that comes out of the machine already in its final structural form with consistent material properties throughout. No weld joints to fail and no assembly variants to create weak points. The machine itself weighs 718 tons, roughly the same as 4 fully loaded Boeing 747s, and the die casting cluster that surrounds it covers 840 square meters and incorporates more than 60 pieces of supporting equipment running across 433 distinct process stages. Tesla, to its credit, pioneered the concept of large-scale integrated casting with its gigacasting process on the Model Y. The automotive world was already impressed by that. Xiaomi took the same idea and exceeded it, running a higher clamping force and achieving a more complex integration of structural functions into a single pour. And then they built a factory around the technology that makes Tesla's production pace look like it's running in a lower gear. The Xiaomi Hyperfactory in Beijing is capable of producing a completed car approximately every 7 76 seconds. Individual chassis sections come out of the hypercasting system in roughly 100 seconds per cycle. The facility runs more than 700 industrial robots and 181 autonomous mobile robots, coordinating the movement of parts across the floor. For a high-performance electric sedan priced between $31,870 and $44,500, depending on trim, that throughput gives Xiaomi a cost-per-unit advantage that conventional automakers cannot easily replicate without spending billions of dollars tearing out their existing production infrastructure and starting again. The 2026 SU7 that rides on this manufacturing philosophy is called the Dragon Chassis generation, and the structural upgrades go beyond the casting technology alone. The body uses a composite architecture of steel and aluminum, working together in what Xiaomi describes as a cage-like configuration, with ultra-high-strength steel reaching 2,200 megapascals in the most critical structural zones, load paths that need to survive serious collision forces without the passenger cell deforming. A dedicated crossbeam made from 1,500 megapascal steel protects the battery pack from underfloor impacts, and a proprietary coating applied to the battery's exterior surface makes it 10 times more resistant to abrasion and tearing than the previous generation. The front suspension uses a double wishbone setup with a 5-link rear arrangement, and the Pro and Max trims can be optioned with dual-chamber air suspension, featuring adaptive damping with predictive road surface control, meaning the system reads the road ahead and adjusts the dampers before the wheel actually reaches the bump. The torsional rigidity figure that results from this structure is around 51,000 Newton-meters per degree, which is double what you'd find in a conventional internal combustion vehicle. That number matters because torsional rigidity is the backbone of how a car handles. A stiffer chassis means the suspension geometry works as designed, the steering communicates accurately, and the entire car behaves as a coherent system rather than a collection of components doing their best under flex. In a market where Chinese EVs are sometimes still dismissed as structurally compromised compared to European alternatives, a rigidity number that doubles the conventional benchmark is a fairly emphatic rebuttal. The safety architecture also received a serious rethink for 2026. 9 airbags come standard across every trim level, including rear passenger coverage that was previously optional. Xiaomi added what it calls a triple redundant door unlocking mechanism, 3 independent systems for opening each door, including a fully mechanical backup that functions even in the event of total electrical failure. That last detail is not glamorous, but it reflects exactly the kind of engineering discipline that separates a company building cars with genuine intent from one building them as a brand exercise. They thought about what happens when the power is completely gone and someone needs to get out of the car. They built 3 ways to make sure it happens. On the performance side, the 2026 SU7 lineup now runs entirely on the V6's Plus motor platform, with the standard trim producing 320 horsepower and the Max variant at 690 horsepower through dual motors. The electrical architecture has been standardized at 800 volts, with the Standard and Pro running at 752 volts, the Max pushing to 897 volts, which means faster charging across the board. Range figures on the optimistic CLTC standard reach 560 miles in the Pro and 519 miles in the Max. Every single trim now ships with LiDAR and an NVIDIA Thor U processor rated at 700 tops, consolidating both infotainment and autonomous driving computation onto a single chip. That's not a top trim luxury anymore. That's the base model. The 2026 SU7 launched in March and collected 15,000 orders within 34 minutes of its configurator going live. The one complication in all of this is repairability, and it's real enough to deserve mention because the rear chassis is now a single, massive integrated casting rather than a modular assembly of welded components. Even a moderate rear-end collision can render the structural spine of the car economically irreparable. You can't straighten a hypercast structure the way a body shop straightens a conventional steel section. You can't replace one module while leaving the surrounding structure intact. Insurers in 2026 are already responding with elevated premiums on hypercast vehicles, and there are legitimate questions about what the used car market looks looks like for these cars 5 or 10 years out, when minor structural damage turns a functional vehicle into a write-off. It's the same conversation that followed Tesla's gigacasting, now scaled up further. The engineering brilliance of building fewer, stronger parts creates a downstream problem when those parts meet the real world. But none of that changes what Xiaomi has built or what it means for everyone else. The company that launched its first car in 2024, after 3 years of development by engineers who came almost entirely from the tech industry, has used artificial intelligence to redesign automotive materials from the alloy level up, built one of the world's most automated car factories around a casting process that obliterates conventional part counts, and is now producing a vehicle at $31,870 that comes standard with LiDAR, 700 TOPS of computing power, 560 miles of range, and a chassis architecture that outrigids vehicles costing 3 times as much. Legacy automakers spent decades telling themselves that car-making expertise was the ultimate barrier to entry. It required generations of institutional knowledge, legacy supplier networks, and decades of refinement. Then a phone company figured out that it mostly required better software, better materials science, and the willingness to build a factory that looks nothing like the ones already in operation. The Dragon chassis is the result, and the industry is going to be chasing it for a while.